Who is John Wick? A man of focus, commitment, and sheer will. We see his targets, but we ignore his routine.
Actually, this is nobody, John Wick. He was once in our team. John is a purposeful man, obligatory, strong-willed. You are all too familiar with this. In my life, I have met many people with big dreams and goals. And yes, they did something to achieve a result. They started, tried, undertook something new. But years later, I met these same people, and they remained the same. The same lifestyle, the same mindset, the same laziness and ineffectiveness. They started, but they had no system. They lacked a systematic approach to achieving results. They were missing a sensible plan, and ultimately, they lacked discipline. Discipline is what can change a person's life beyond recognition. Discipline is this systematic, sensible approach to solving any problem. Everyone thinks that discipline implies super hard work, or as they say, super successful success. No, I don't want to promote that. Discipline, first and foremost, means reasonableness, managing your time and your potential. A disciplined person is not necessarily someone who is busy 24/7. It is someone who has managed to intelligently build a system of their subsequent, repeating actions that ultimately lead, in perspective, to the achievement of a certain result. Otherwise, this can be called a cumulative effect. When we do something day after day, the effect accumulates. Let's imagine a person who decided to learn a foreign language, for example, English. An undisciplined person who was motivated to learn a new language would spend their entire first day studying. Let's say, in one day, they learned 200 English words. The next day, their desire to continue learning will sharply disappear. I think many here will recognize themselves. Motivation is always short-term, but discipline is eternal, because the first is built on emotions, and the second on habits. A disciplined person will act differently. They will split those 200 words, for example, over 5 days. That means they will learn 40 words a day. Moreover, they will set aside time to study English grammar. Discipline does not mean enormous labor. In this case, such a person simply needs to devote a little time to the English language day after day. And so, over a certain period of time, they will learn many English words, study grammar, learn conversational English, and so on. Again, discipline means reasonableness. We could spend the whole day on something, and then do nothing for the next few days. The efficiency in that case would be zero. However, it is wiser to do a little bit every day, because this leads to a cumulative effect, and doesn't turn you into a bright workaholic. It saves your time and your nerves. So, we've understood what discipline is and why it is so important. Various business books and successful YouTube bloggers love to feed you nonsense. They often address the problem of discipline. They talk about how every minute of their life is scheduled on paper. Precisely because of this, people form a wrong understanding of discipline, but people must understand that the most important factor of discipline is the factor of reasonableness. What is reasonableness? Simply put, it's when we soberly assess our capabilities and our time. It's when we sensibly distribute time for our work and for our rest. Working around the clock is impossible, but with the help of discipline, we can spend a little time daily and accumulate a beneficial effect. It's important to understand that discipline is good because of its physiology. That is, it is built on habits, not on emotions. That is why a motivated person quickly gives up what they started. If you want to not give up on something you've started, you need to endure for 1 month. Your habit will be firmly formed in your brain during that time. So you have a specific goal. To achieve this goal, discipline is undoubtedly needed. You arm yourself with a pen, some notepad, a calendar, a phone with internet, since you might need to find something online. In order to make the most detailed plan for future actions, you look at the calendar and reasonably calculate the approximate time to complete this task. For example, if you want to gain, let's say, 5 kilograms of lean muscle mass naturally, it might take from 4 months to half a year. In this case, we are talking only about pure dry muscle. Now you must roughly outline what you should reasonably accomplish in a month, then in a week, then in 1 day. You must clearly and reasonably define all your small steps that, with the help of the cumulative effect, will lead to the achievement of the goal. Keep in mind that you should always start small. You cannot overload yourself on the very first day. Because of such a mistake, you will rapidly abandon what you started. After reasonable planning, all that remains for you is to do the same thing day after day. After a month of such practice, you will develop a strong habit, but it often happens that something goes wrong. For example, something you didn't foresee happened, because of which the plan is disrupted. You again abandon what you started. And here there are two options. Either you allocate reserve days or reserve time to replenish these tasks, or you distribute this uncompleted task, little by little, daily. This is the best way not to give up, to maintain consistency and reasonableness. Moreover, let's use Benjamin Franklin's method. Benjamin Franklin is a personality that was, one might say, progressive for his time. Yes, that's the man who looks at us from the $100 bill, a great American figure of the 18th century. I strongly recommend reading his autobiography to understand the path to success of an ordinary person who, as a child, left his home to study and earn money, expand his connections, and be useful not only to himself, but also to society. Franklin came up with a plan for achieving moral perfection. He identified 13 most important qualities that he had to learn and that he had to follow. Unquestioningly.1 ***, temperance, ***, eat not to dullness, drink not to elevation. 2 silence, speak not but what may benefit others or yourself, avoid trifling conversation. 3 order, let all your things have their places. Let each part of your business have its time. 4 resolution, resolve to perform what you ought. Perform without fail what you resolve. 5 frugality, make no expense but to do good to others or yourself, i.e. waste nothing. 6 industry, lose no time, be always employed in something useful. Cut off all unnecessary actions. 7 sincerity, use no hurtful deceit. Think innocently and justly, and, if you speak, speak accordingly. 8 justice, wrong none by doing injuries, or omitting the benefits that are your duty. 9 moderation, avoid extremes, forbear resenting injuries so much as you think they deserve. 10 cleanliness, tolerate no uncleanliness in body, clothes, or habitation. 11 tranquility, be not disturbed at trifles, or at accidents common or unavoidable. 12 chastity, rarely use venery but for health or offspring, never to dullness, weakness, or the injury of your own or another's peace or reputation. 13 humility, imitate Jesus and Socrates. For each quality, Benjamin decided to form a strong habit, and he did this sequentially, moving from one quality to another. He started a notebook where he made a table. Vertically, all 13 qualities were written. Horizontally, the days of the week. With dots, he marked the days when he did not observe a virtue. A week is the term he allocated for each virtue. To move to another, it was necessary that there were no dots on the previous one. If he violated the principle of some quality, that quality needed to be trained again from the first day of the week until there were no dots in the entire week. Franklin had many dots. He went through the entire table in 1 year. His method shows how you can form absolutely any habit in yourself. For example, create your own list of desired habits. This method will guaranteed help you in any endeavor and make you much more disciplined. Thus, planning in this way, my dear friend, discipline is your best helper in achieving results. And that's all. And thank you for your attention.